The Dalai Lama, if you guys don't know who that is, it's basically in Tibet. He's a Tibetan spiritual leader. Of one of the there's like several. I don't know if they're called denominations or whatever, but there's like different practices of like Buddhism and other spiritual teachings or whatnot in Tibet. He's basically appointed as like the head of one of them, right? That's what the Dalai Lama is, a position. And he was at some event with a bunch of young kids, greeting them and talking to them, speaking, I imagine, at this event. And there's a clip going around now of this event from earlier this year, like back in, I don't know, January, February. And he's like kissing the kids on the cheek, whatever, innocent, I guess. Like give him a hug, kiss on the cheek, whatever. And then the one kid, he takes it a step further. And I'm gonna find this video and play this for you real quick, because this is what people are freaking out about. Okay, we've got it. They do blur the face out. And yeah. So I'll just play it. I'll play it with sound into the microphone, and they should be able to see it once it flips. I'll turn my brightness up as well to make it a little bit easier. You see that okay? You see his face is blurred. So he goes, kiss on the cheek. Then he goes, oh, kiss on the mouth also. He tells him.
And suck my tongue.
You heard that, right? He doesn't do it. So so we don't have to freak out. He doesn't suck his tongue, but he goes in like he was joking. I guess it was in jest, is what he's saying. But they did get like this very close. Like the kid doesn't know, right? This is like the all-powerful Dalai Lama, right? I mean, I'm not powerful, right? But it's like if you were a little kid in a church. I mean, we know what happens sometimes. But like if you're a kid and this is adult in an important position, and you're in front of a bunch of people and they say do this, you're probably gonna do it. I mean, the kid was about to do it, and he stops and whatever, and so it's not a good look, man. And he literally said, you could hear it in the headphones. He literally said like, kiss cheek, and then he kissed the cheek, and he touched the mouth, and then he kissed him on the mouth, and I get that's whatever, that's custom. That's custom. There's different cultures. I can't speak on that. But then he says, suck my tongue. And that's a wild thing to say in those robes, man. Like that's a crazy thing to say. Like my man is in a bed sheet, and he's telling this kid to suck it. Like that's just not a good look, Like that's tough. That's tough. And so it's been kind of going around, and people are going back and forth. Some people are arguing because in Tibet there is it is kind of a thing to not to suck tongue, but to like stick your tongue out is like a greeting, like in certain parts of Tibet, I guess, or Tibetan culture is like a sticking your tongue all the way out is like a greeting thing. And I guess it dates back to something there was some like evil king, or if it was a story or whatever, somebody had a black tongue, and so like to prove that you're a good guy, you don't have like a all black tongue, people would stick their tongues out and be like, hey, like whatever. So people are trying to argue that, say like, oh, okay, maybe it was just an extension of that. But he's apologized already, and now people are accusing him of pedophilia after the fact. But he did just issue an apology, and I will, since I showed you guys the video, I don't think it's fair to not show the apology. Let's see here, Dalai Lama. He's the 14th one, so I don't know if that has anything to do with. Let's see, apology. But that's pretty crazy, man. We had a video a long time ago where one of my friends was yelling to one of my other friends, his brother, who was playing in a football game, yelling "suck some toes," and people were freaking out about that. So I think it's pretty interesting with this. All right, let's see. Here we go. So he says it's like a Notes app apology too. by the way. It's a little classier because it's not a notes app. It's like a clear page. So it's just like typed and then zoomed in, like a PDF apology, not notes app apologies, PDF. It's classier than that. A video clip has been, this is Dalai Lama's apology or response.
Like on Instagram or like
Twitter. This is his Twitter, his official Twitter. It is weird that, yeah, it's interesting. A video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when a young boy asked His Holiness the Dalai Lama if he could give him a hug. His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as his many friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused. His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public and before cameras. He regrets the incident. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know enough about what's going on over there to really like deep dive it, right, and tell you what was really going on. But that's what people are freaking out, and I do got to say it's not a good look. You know, like even if you're I just don't think you can joke as messed up as it is. As somebody who makes jokes on this podcast, it says some dicey things from time to time. I just don't think you can do that there in the position you hold, right? I'm an idiot. I am a weirdo with a microphone. I am a weirdo who saved up enough money to buy podcast equipment, who, you know, people so creatively say every once in a while, not everybody needs a podcast in the comments, right? You're very creative. Not everybody needs to breathe either, so you should stop if that's what you comment. It's just, you're lame. But, you know, so I can say dumb stuff because I'm nobody. I hold no power over any type of religious or spiritual denomination, right? But if you're a priest and you have children that are looking to you as a guide and as a figure of importance, there's a lot less of wiggle room to be, you know, sticking your tongue out and hoping that it sucked. What if the kid just went for it right away? Like, thank God the kid hesitated. What if the kid went for it, even if it was a joke? Like, I know he's saying he was joking, and maybe let's pretend for a second he was, because obviously there was a lot of cameras, a lot of people around. He would have to be. Even if he was, you know, P word, hopefully he, you know, I don't know. He would probably be trying to hide it better, I'd imagine. But there's so many people around, right? So maybe, you know, it was a lapse in judgment. But let's pretend that he was actually joking and it wasn't that. What if the kid goes for it? What if the kid just listens to the high and mighty?
they don't get that it's a joke.
You know, he doesn't know that it's a joke. The kid doesn't know it's a joke. So, and I don't know what the joke is. Like, that'd be like a priest, again, because I'm a little bit more familiar with that type of stuff. That'd be like a priest here at a church in the U.S. Having like one of the altar boys come up and hand him something, and the kid's like, "Can I give you a hug, you know, Father, whatever?" And he gives him a hug, and he's like, "Why don't you cut my balls? Like, just cup them quick." And the kid's like, and then he's like, "I'm just kidding, huh? I'm just kidding." Like, what's the joke? Like, the joke is that I was saying something wildly inappropriate to a child. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just think it's kind of wild. It took the Dalai Lama 6 weeks to apologize, so that makes it more sus. Okay, so that's I didn't know that. I've been seeing all the outrage today. Is when I became aware of it. But I did know it was a while ago. It was at least a month ago. We've got some other comments here. Bro, one time my priest was mad I wore bright red lipstick and told me to kiss his hand till it came off. And I was like 13 years old, so I did. I'm so sorry, dude. Dog, that's messed up. What? That's what I'm saying. But that makes you. I mean, think about this, dude. Me today as a 24-year-old, like if I'm at work or in some setting where there is another adult that I am supposed to defer to for direction or instruction, if they make a joke like, or if they just are like, hey, do this, I'm gonna do it, and like they may be, I'm just kidding, you don't have to do all that, dog. Like, but at least like it would be like, hey, why don't you hang that poster, or like pick up that whatever it is, and it's like, oh, it's filled with cinder blocks or something, and I go to pick it up and I'm like, oh my god, I can't do it, and they're like, I'm just kidding, dog, don't pick that up, that stays there. You know, like that's like an okay joke as somebody who's like in a position of power. Not kiss my hand till your lipstick comes off, or like how I mentioned, oh, like, oh, why don't you just cut my balls, bro? Like, no big deal. Oh, we're just kidding. All in the name of God, you know, we just joking. You can't do it, bro. You can't do that. You can't. Isn't lying a sin? Yeah, I don't know what jokes, what counts as a joke, what counts as lying. Because a lot of jokes are lies. A lot of my favorite jokes are lies. Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't expect all that. Coco, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you. That is terrible. That is very, very bad. Thanks for watching that last video, guys. Click right over here to see the episode in its entirety. Or click over here to subscribe and check out all the other cool shit we have on the channel. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do it.